How's it going? Does this song scare away all the viewers? I mean, it is kind of late, I guess. I really like this song. You guys get fucked. Sarah says this song's good. Give me a minute, okay, guys? Really soon here. Where's my starting soon? Okay. Write that down. Let's jump into this bullshit, man. I got so much fucking news to get into. Let's not even fucking waste any goddamn time. Man, I got so much shit to go into. First of all, how is everybody doing tonight? Good? Good. I hope everyone's doing well. Let me rename this fucking thing. Warning. Let's put some warnings in there. I'm sick of accidentally revealing shit that's not supposed to be revealed. Anyways, we have a bunch of news stories to get into. Let's not waste any fudging time. Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen is in trouble. For why? This posting right here. This is Popeye's at 6475 Ronald Reagan Drive. Now, to the people who know what's up, when a road's named after a president, I'm just adjusting my lighting right here. It's a little weird looking. I'm going to start this over again. This is the Popeyes at 6475 Ronald Reagan Drive. God damn it. Fucking light looked like shit. How do you guys put up with me? I'm the worst. So what's going on with this Popeyes right here? This restaurant is under new management and will reserve the right to refuse service to white people. We apologize for any inconvenience. Signed, General Manager Mason. So, some people are already, what? They're going to get sued into oblivion. Here's what you do. Be a white person. See, take a picture of the sign like this. Go to the business, be denied service, then sue them. I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but people are saying that this Ronald Reagan Drive in St. Louis has not seen a white person in years. So, what's really going on here? Oh, that's not important at all. Let's see here. Imagine if, well, this is the comments on Yelp. They're getting roasted on Google already. Imagine if a restaurant did not to serve black African Americans. The outrage would wrap around the drive-thru for miles. Tia, who works at this Popeyes, decided to serve me and told me to leave the store as they no longer serve white Caucasians per manager request. This is illegal and disgusting that racism is normalized in America in 2021. I'll never eat Popeyes again. Amen. And then, hey, so basically, I'm not going to take the vaccine. I know. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm reading this comment here, okay? I'm just not going to take it, that's all. Ha ha ha. That was a joke comment. What a dick. Are there other ones? Bro, I drove so long to get to Popeyes, and then I can't get food when I'm in Munchies because I'm white. Come on. I need that sweet chicken. As this is from Canada, obviously. These are troll posts from different states now. But yeah, this Popeyes, man, this is the Popeyes where it's happening at this franchise location. They're already getting review bombed. I disavow review bombing. You can actually, where's a picture? A fucking asshole website asking me to fucking show my shit there. God, that's annoying. Can I just have hey, not dox me while I'm streaming? I was trying to show you guys pictures. Oh my god, the comments are coming. This Popeyes is going full on racist. The management is banning white people, and like ignorant he is, he thinks he's right. He's in a very rude awakening. This building is owned by Global New Millennium Partners Ltd. Whew, man. So let's just see. We'll see how the story develops, guys. You'll stick around. Subscribe for more updates. Bad kitty. All right, let's go to the next story. Now here we have the root trying to gotcha. Here, now let me try to be a bit more professional. Joe Gerardo of the Root fails at trying to get ya, Marjorie Taylor Greene. What's going on here? Well, apparently, MTG said she wouldn't take down statues of H-Man and Satan so she could teach what they did. Now, I don't know about you, but when you see the words H-Man or Satan next to each other in a sentence, it's pretty obvious that this was a terrible quote to try to get her on, man. You're not getting her on this. She's clearly denouncing H-Man by saying H-Man or Satan next to each other like they're interchangeable. That phrase right there is redeeming even of itself. You can't get her with to teach what they did. Obviously, they did bad things because Satan's in there. Joe is an idiot. But yeah, then he goes on to be super professional, drops a heck ton of... Look at how many times. What? 1, 2, drops fuck twice in his article. Very professional, man. Keep it going. If you guys like this type of content, leave a like down below, subscribe, share for friends. Radical Moderate here. What the fuck is wrong with this stupid piece of... God. I need better lights around here. Okay, let's get into Cuckman. Oh, we have 2 main articles I want to get into, but we'll do Cuckman first. Chipman's pissing me off. I hate how these videos automatically play. Stop playing. Get them all lined up here. This is the...
They are 15.
Minute 31. This is the minute 19 one.
Is one of, if not the most...
Okay. Thank you for your patience. I got these all. I semi was prepared for this question.
Goes on to commit a violent...
Stop playing all the fucking videos. God, Twitter is absolutely the worst. They just do that purely to rack up views so they can sell more ads. David Chipman, the nominee for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. Let's learn more about this gentleman.
I am a gun owner, and I served on the front lines of our government's efforts to prevent violent crime.
David Chipman is committed to public safety in America. He's well respected in ATF.
He is committed to the safety of our children, of our families, of our communities, He has great leadership skills. He wants to see things get better.
I'm proud to nominate David Chipman. He's the right person at this moment for this important agency.
I am a gun owner.
I wonder what that's all about. Maybe we'll find out. So apparently he was nominated for ATF, and he's being he's before the Senate answering some questions. Let's see how some of the responses are, because let's get to the brass tacks here. This guy's trying to take away your assault weapons. He's a snake, complete and utter snake. Well, what do you expect? God, man, what an awful frown. He's got a permanent face all the time. I feel bad for him. And I'm allowed to say that because I'm ugly too.
ATF director.
I got 35 seconds left. Define it for me, would you please, sir? What's an assault weapon?
Yeah, Senator, the bill to ban assault weapons is
what is your
dozens of
definition of an
pages. There's
assault
no way I could define an assault weapon.
You don't have any. You're going to run this agency, and you don't have a definition of assault weapon.
But I would be enforcing the definition that members of Congress.
We don't care. He's all like, he's refusing to answer the question, because the question was, what is an assault weapon? And this guy's saying, well, whatever you guys tell me it is. And it's like, no, I'm not asking you for you to tell me what I tell you. I want you to tell me what's inside your head right now. Like if you're trapped, like if you were a king of a country, a dictator, and you could do everything at the stroke of a pen or wand or whatever, what would you want to do? Well, how would you define assault weapon? And this jerk would say something like, whatever the Senate defines an assault weapon.
I'm going to be issuing rules and regulations. Just give me your definition.
I'll give you one definition that ATF
Give me your
currently
definition.
uses. One definition that ATF currently
Give me your definition.
I can give you one definition.
If you want to
that ATF
answer my
currently
question, how can I vote for you? I'm done, Mr. Chairman. I don't think I'm going to get an answer.
ATF director.
Yeah, he wanted your definition. Yeah, the guy, most of these people are very legalistic, and they chose their wording very carefully. He doesn't want the ATF definition. He wants your definition, because he wants to know what you're going to enforce later once you're in charge. Of course, you're not going to get an answer. And
Mr.
yeah,
Chipman,
he's
a
going to
minute
ban
ago,
your AR-15, by the way.
Senator, the White House asked you if any of your views on guns are out of step with the majority of the American people. The AR-15 is one of, if not the most popular rifle in America. It's not a machine gun. It's a rifle. Your public position is that you want to ban AR-15s. Is that correct?
Senator, thank you for the question, and thank you for our visit yesterday and offering me a Dr. Pepper. It made me reminisce about Central Texas. But now to your question. With respect to the AR-15, I support a ban as has been presented in a Senate bill and supported by the President. The AR-15 is a gun I was issued on ATF's SWAT team, and it's a particularly lethal weapon and regular.
Really? Were you issued the full auto one that civilians are allowed to use, the weapon of war version?
Regulating it as other particularly lethal weapons I have advocated for. As ATF director, if I'm confirmed, I would simply enforce the laws on the books, and right now there is no such ban on those guns.
So you want to ban the most popular rifle in America.
Wants the
most popular rifle, but you want to actively have government go after the
bill. Did not address those firearms that are currently in the possession of Americans.
Rifles and other firearms in her bill is one of, if not the most popular rifle in America.
AR-15, I support a ban as has been presented in a Senate bill and supported by the President.
Senator Feinstein had a bill to ban some 2,000 specified rifles and other firearms in her bill, which a supermajority of senators voted against in a Democratic Senate. You said that bill didn't go far enough, and you wanted an even broader ban to ban you said it didn't go far enough. Is that right?
Senator, thanks for that question and the ability to clarify. What I did say is that Senator Feinstein's bill did not address those firearms that are currently in the possession of Americans.
You mean that you don't just want to ban the manufacturer of those rifles, you don't just want to make it illegal to sell those rifles, but you want to actively have government go after the people who currently possess firearms, and if they don't register and submit to all of the onerous restrictions of the National Firearms Act, presumably confiscate their weapons?
Senator, what I've said publicly is that as an advocate, I prefer a system where the AR-15 and other assault weapons are regulated under the National Firearms Act.
Yeah, there you go. AR-15 is a machine gun, according to these people.
There are not criminal consequences. I want to turn to a second matter now, Mr. Chipman. You have called for an assault weapons ban. I have a simple question for you. What is an assault weapon?
Senator, an assault weapon would be, in the context of the question you asked, what Congress defines it as.
So you're asking us to ban assault weapons. We have to write legislation. Can you tell me what is an assault weapon? How would you define it if you were the head of the ATF? How have you defined it over the last several years as your role as a gun control advocate?
Senator, if I'm confirmed as ATF director, my recollection is the only process by which ATF has weighed in is that I know there's a Demand Letter 3 program which requires multiple reports, multiple sale reports on the southwestern border. And ATF in that program has defined an assault rifle as any semi-automatic rifle.
Yeah, but then we're talking about assault weapon, okay? That's not the same thing. We're not talking about the government has defined shit. So stop trying to say, so hey, what's your favorite color? Mr. Smith, what's your favorite color? And Mr. Smith responds, my son's favorite color is blue. Like, we didn't ask your son's favorite color. We asked for yours.
Capable of accepting a detachable magazine above the caliber of .22, which would include a .223, which is, largely the AR-15 round.
So you believe that every weapon that takes a detachable magazine that can take a .22 round or 5.56 in military parlance should be defined as an assault weapon?
Let me clarify. What I believe I just said is any semi-automatic rifle.
Because right there he's making an exemption for hunting rifles. Bolt-action rifles are clearly higher than like I have a 300 Win Mag like sitting behind me right now, and it's got a detachable magazine and holds three rounds, 300 Win Mag, whatever, but it's a bolt-action, not a semi-automatic. So this guy's not trying to regulate that specific rifle. But I don't want him to regulate any rifle.
Okay, any semi-automatic rifle.
What?
That's the definition. A detachable magazine that takes a 5.56 or .22 round should be defined as an assault weapon.
Senator, you asked me if ATF had used this term, and I was sharing with you my knowledge of a program in which ATF.
We don't care.
And it
answer
is
his fucking question. Stop being a weasel.
Program, and that rifle is a semi-automatic rifle capable of accepting a detachable magazine with a round greater than a .22 caliber. And in those cases, firearms dealers on the southwest border are required to make a multiple sale report to ATF.
I'm amazed that might be the definition of assault weapon. That would basically cover every single modern sporting rifle in America today. Let me put it this way. If I wanted to buy an assault weapon and I walked into Walmart or Cabela's or some other firearm dealers and I looked up on the wall where they were labeling their weapons, would there be a label on the wall for assault weapon?
I don't believe, Senator, and thank you for this question, that the firearms industry has used the term assault rifle in their marketing.
He said assault
since
weapon.
There was a ban on it. It was after that they changed their use of the term assault rifle to the modern sporting rifle.
Well, so I've been in Walmart's and I've been in Cabela's, and I've seen that you can find sections for pistols or handguns or for shotguns or for rifles, because those are actual kinds of firearms. I think our exchange here illustrates that there really is no such thing as an assault weapon. That is a term that was manufactured by liberal lawyers and pollsters in Washington.
I'll say, isn't an
to try to
assault weapon
scare
kind of
the American
redundant?
people
A weapon is made
into
for assaulting.
believing that the government should confiscate weapons that are wildly popular for millions of Americans to defend themselves and their families and their homes.
They don't want Kyle Rittenhouses around the world, around the country, you know, defending themselves. That's what they're against.
Violent crime.
So Chipman is pro. What's that movie where they predicted crimes before they happened? Minority Report, which is a racist name for a movie, by the way, about crime. Talking about minorities. Let's see the video clip.
A law-abiding gun owner a threat to public safety, in your view?
Thank you for that question, Senator. If the term law-abiding means someone has lawfully possessed a gun, there are often occasions that that person then goes on to commit a violent crime. If you're just saying characterize the majority of gun owners, the majority of gun owners are law-abiding.
What's the role of the AT? Is a law-abiding gun owner a threat to public safety, in your view?
No, obviously not. Someone who's following the laws is not a threat to safety. The people who are a threat to safety are criminals. And so, criminals... That's the thing, though. Criminals a lot of times have histories. Criminals sometimes are possessing the gun illegally. But there is a certain point, a certain stage where somebody... I don't know. I don't think you see that many gun owners who are legal gun owners actually go on to commit crimes. It does happen, though. But no, you don't have a Minority Report style answer. And Tucker Carlson's got a little wrap up here.
That you have, you can still sort of see what the other side is talking against lawsuits. That's also a lie. Gun manufacturers get sued all the time. Ask them, etc. So it was a speech aimed to mislead rather than to inform. Before he announced how he plans to restrict your Second Amendment rights, Joe Biden wanted to remind you that those rights are not real in the first place. They are not, as he put it, absolute.
Nothing I'm about to recommend in any way impinges on the Second Amendment. They're phony arguments suggesting that these are Second Amendment rights at stake for what we're talking about. But no amendment to the Constitution is absolute.
You heard the sirens in the background responding to the skyrocketing crime rate in the city he presides over.
Wrecked. No, but, well, if it went to the Supreme Court and they ruled it unconstitutional, obviously, well, then you'd be wrong there, Biden. Let's go on a little bit further.
Homicides fell in almost every major city. So policies like this one are unhinged from reality, to put it gently. So to enforce them, Joe Biden has nominated a man who is unhinged from reality. His name is David Chipman, and he will now run the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, an agency that Joe Biden referred to today as the AFT.
Today, I'm proud to nominate David Chipman to serve as a director of the AFT. David knows the AFT well.
David knows AFT well. Hilarious. If you're Joe Biden, everything is a teachers' union. The AFT is a teachers' union. So who is David Chipman? Well, he's a conspiracy nut, for one thing. In a recent internet post on Reddit, he claimed that the Branch Davidians shot down helicopters during the Waco siege in 1993. No, they didn't. No one aboard a federal helicopter was shot or injured that day. The helicopters didn't crash. That is a bizarre claim to make from someone who was directly involved in the case, as David Chipman was. But it's worse than that. In 1993, the ATF killed dozens of innocent children and at least one pregnant woman for no obvious reason. It's one of the worst things that federal agents have ever done in this country. So if you're taking over the ATF, maybe you could apologize for that. But no. David Chipman lied about it and then attacked the dead. It was like blaming the Japanese for their own internment or attacking the victims of the Tuskegee experiment for getting syphilis. It was not evidence of a generous spirit. It was evidence of a zealot. This is the man Joe Biden just nominated to lead.
It reminds me of how the ATF posted on, like, Remembering Waco. They're like, these poor officers died that day. And everyone else is like, what about the families who burned alive? But whatever. Whatever. Fuck, it's getting late. All right. One last story. And then we can get to the bullshit stuff. Facebook lifts ban on posts claiming COVID-19 was man-made amid revitalized origins debate. Facebook no longer treating man-made COVID as a crackpot idea. Politico. Well, this was ABC News, by the way. The Atlantic. If the lab leak theory is right, what's next? Joe Biden orders U.S. intelligence to intensify efforts to study COVID's origins. Guardian. Axios reports. Facebook says it will no longer remove posts claiming COVID's man-made. Facebook lifts ban on posts about possible man-made origins of COVID-19. CNN. This is a different story. Sorry about that. Joe Biden orders intelligence communities to investigate origins of COVID. Yep. The Economist. Damn it. I'll have to fucking read these all over again. Facebook. Politico, ABC News, The Atlantic, The Guardian, Axios, Daily Caller. All are reporting the story that Facebook is no longer treating... damn it, how do I fucking cover this? For months, Facebook has been censoring posts of people spreading what they honestly, their honest opinions of what they think is the origin of the COVID virus. Facebook is now admitting they have been wrongly censoring these people. Maybe there's a point to why censorship is wrong. Fucking A, how do I fucking get this across? This is an incredibly frustrating story here. I got 6 articles all saying the same thing. Facebook is no longer treating man-made COVID as crackpot idea. This is Politico. Here's ABC News. Same thing. Facebook lifts ban on posts claiming COVID-19 was man-made amid revitalized origins debate. Okay, maybe we should stop and think about this. ABC News. What's step back? 20,000 foot view. Why did we censor this whole debate to begin with? Why not just let it continue? If it turns out that they were right the whole time, then that means you were censoring them wrongly the whole time. Why? Why were you censoring them wrongly the whole time? Imagine being factually correct, but for the wrong reasons, and you're getting censored for that? But you honestly believe you're right for the right reasons, and you're getting censored. Maybe these people doing the censoring need to take a hard look in the mirror and think, we're not right all the time. But the narrative has to be maintained, though. And you can interpret it any which way you want. Facebook will no longer remove posts that claim COVID-19 was man-made in recognition of a reignited debate about the virus's origins, the company spokesperson told ABC News. In light of ongoing investigations of the origin of the COVID-19 and in consultation with public health experts, we will no longer remove claims that COVID-19 is man-made from our apps. We'll continue to work with health experts to keep pace with the evolving nature of the pandemic and regularly update our policies as facts and new trends emerge. How about you stop trying to fact check the population and realize that the population as a whole, 10 million people, have more collective knowledge. No, it's dispersed, and it's more like every person has 51% of their ideas are good or factually true, and the other ones are wrong. But as a whole national average, it works out good. That's why you should let people have free debate and free speech, because then the good ideas can filter their way around. But then when you try to put the literally censor debate that is factually correct and true, because it looks, let's be honest here, it's because Orange Man said so. If Orange Man hadn't said that it came from a lab, that they wouldn't have been just so anti that theory this whole time. They were reflexively anti Orange Man in order for what? Just as a gotcha, Trump claimed without evidence that it came from a lab in Wuhan. The claim that the COVID-19 was man-made has circled almost since the beginning of the pandemic. Yeah, maybe we should have been investigating it since then instead of just censoring people without evidence. Like, maybe you should prove it didn't come from the Wuhan lab before you start censoring people first. Focusing on China's Wuhan Institute of Virology, in the city where the outbreak was first detected. The claims that the virus came from the lab, one often pushed by former President Trump, though he never provided evidence. He claimed, though, that's where it came from. Does he have to provide evidence? He said he's got intelligence sources. But you just say he never provided evidence. Oh, okay. But you admit that he was right, though, right? While the claims the virus were man-made are not necessarily the same as it coming from the lab. Ugh. God, the hair splitting is painful. Officials appear to be leaning towards investigating the origins further and opening up more scrutiny on the lab theory. That garnered more attention this week. That when the Wall Street Journal reported that U.S. intelligence reported citing researchers at Wuhan Institute were hospitalized. This is old news, actually. I've actually covered this on this channel before. It's not actually that groundbreaking. If the lab leak theory is right, what's next? We stop censoring people going forward. 9 months later. So what does this guy's got to say? Last summer, Michael at the University mentioned a virologist, 10-year member of the National Science Board for Biosecurity, published an essay on the need to rethink some basic research safety practice in light of the coronavirus pandemic. He and his co-author, another bio board veteran, want to make one thing here. There was no reason to believe that sloppy and malicious science had anything to do with the outbreak of the COVID vaccine. To this otherwise was akin to a conspiracy theory than a scientifically credible hypothesis. Okay, 9 months later, he has a somewhat different view. In my mind, the preponderance of evidence still points towards a natural origin, he told me earlier this week. But the delta between natural evidence and lab escape evidence appears to be shrinking. Why don't you just say that it's beginning to look a lot like it came from a lab? So, Facebook, man. We need to talk about this Facebook thing. Maybe all the previous posts that were the old posts claiming it was man-made, are those uncensored now? Can this now be re-seen? Probably not. All right, let's end this article. This is just fucking frustrating, man. The ban was originally put into place February 8th after the company consulted the WHO. In light of ongoing investigations, the ban will be removed due to a new debate. Claims that the virus are man-made were on a list alongside false information assertions that the virus didn't exist or that vaccines can cause things. Despite the lab leak theory and never being disproven, and relying on the WHO to initially add this to the claim list, Facebook relied on an investigation into the pandemic's origin that was compromised by the Chinese Communist Political Party influence. A number of articles and posts about the lab leak theory, which initially dismissed the conspiracy theory as corporate, which was initially dismissed as a conspiracy theory by corporate media, were flagged and deleted by Facebook until now. Facebook has taken an aggressive stance towards alleged disinformation during the pandemic, stating that it puts warning labels on 50 million pieces of content a month in April 2020 alone. Some of those fact checks, such as PolitiFact, are now retracting fact checks that declared the lab leak theory to be debunked. Imagine having to retract something when you claimed it be debunked. What an asshole thing to do. You never really fucking debunked it then. Because it was wrong. You couldn't have debunked it because it was wrong. In recent weeks, more and more corporate media outlets and government officials that once dismissed the possibility of it being man-made granted the theory newfound legitimacy. No comments. Vaccine tourists are coming to America. Guys, these people are flying from Peru. Estella decided to travel to the United States, where vaccines are relatively abundant. After seeing that many people close to him became sick of the virus, he likened to Russian roulette, with over 60,000 deaths attributable in a population of 32 million. Oh, so what is that then? Okay, Google. 68,000 divided by 32 million. It's 0.002125. So if you times that by 100, you'd be at 0.2% death rate. Well, that's of people who've been infected. You can't say the entire population's been infected. So maybe what? You can times that by 5. You're at a 1% death rate of infected people. Jeez, sounds horrible. Mostly elderly, anyways. How old is this guy? He's got to be wealthy. He's jet setting around the world to get a vaccine. That's the point I wanted to tell you. How fucking ridiculous is this? He's traveled from Peru just to get the fucking vaccine in Seattle. Vaccine tourism. Fuck my life. This is ridiculous. There's people out there who are like poor and starving, destitute third world countries. And then there's assholes who are like, I need to fly to Seattle from Peru to get my COVID vaccine so I won't die. Get fucked, Elver Esta, 49-year-old businessman. Get fucked. Esta's not alone. Travel demand from Latin American countries to the United States has increased. Vaccine tourism, some people say. This is fucking ridiculous. Whew. Travelers. If the vaccine does not come to you, it is time to go to the vaccine. Another Peruvian told CNN. Flavio, a business consultant, traveled to Durham, North Carolina with his family on April 13th and received 2 doses of Moderna. I'm 46 years old. I didn't think I could be vaccinated in my country before December. I've seen people dying, getting closer and closer to home. Pamela Carr, 37 from Mexico, said she doesn't want to wait any longer to be eligible for a vaccine in her home country. Our family's safety is important. With the vaccine, we can feel safe and less in panic, she adds. Carr says she was vaccinated during a long weekend in Miami along with 9 other friends. Wow. Hey, yo, Sean. Hi, yo, Swirly. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you guys here. Let's see here. Mexico and Peru have been hit particularly hard. Peru has 1 million cases. They have 2 million cases. So what was that? 68,000.